As for me, I'm Svitlana. I'm from Ukraine, from the city of Kropivnitsky. It's in the center of Ukraine, and I am here with my family, my parents and my kids, and we are very happy we have the safety and peace in this country. Well, my story of arriving in Kilkenny is in April of 2022, when we just flew into Dublin airport, and it was a very confusing situation for me and my family because we didn't know what to expect here. It was my first arrival in Ireland, and I roughly didn't know much about Ireland by that time. And when we just landed, my parents were so tired and confused, and I was like, oh my God, I hope it's not a mistake. They were complaining really, and the first people we saw at the airport were volunteers. They were smiling, they were bringing us water, snacks, and I relaxed immediately. When we arrived, we were directed straight to the city west, and there we had to spend a night when we were finally directed early in the morning to Kilkenny. And the person who told me this name, I first heard that moment, told me, "You're lucky, trust me, Kilkenny is good." And I was like, okay, let me see what is Kilkenny. Even the name was a little bit strange for me. And since the day we arrived, I promise I never felt different. I knew we were lucky. And from that time, all my best impression about Irish people was always through volunteering organizations or support. In City West, it was also not easy because there were hundreds of people, crowded place, no even places to sit or sleep, but volunteers were smiling, asking if we were fine, and I was like, wow, this is so different. So in Kilkenny, once we arrived, it was very early in the morning, and it was by bus straight to the Scouts Den Rest Center. And the first people I met, they were civil defense. There were two ladies, Michelle and Catherine. They are civil defense are actually workers or like activists, yeah, and they were so kind. It was such an early morning that it was still dark. They were active, full of beans, and they were ready to hug us, to give all their best to us. And immediately we just drop our bags. More people began to come. There were activists from KLP. There were just citizens who would drop by. They will bring something they believe is important, and it was really important for us, even toiletries, some snacks, some treats, something like to say like, we want to help you, we feel you, we support you, and we felt every really move of that. Events which we organized, that was really sometimes not hard to really know what to do next, because Kilkenny is inspiring by having so many volunteer initiatives. In fact, I would say in Ireland, volunteering is a lifestyle, is the mindset, and we began, the more we integrated, the more we began to understand that, well, just start doing. There are so many things to do. I would say Kilkenny is relatively clean and tidy, but there is always room for improvement, and we decided to call for Ukrainians who are ready, who would volunteer and clean in the summer. And surprisingly, more than 53 or 54 even volunteers appeared. There were families, mostly women with children, and they all came like, okay, let us do something. We were provided by some equipment by Keep Kilkenny Beautiful, and we were also explained where we can keep the litter bags by the county council, environmental department, and it was fun really. We started from 3 different locations in the city. We agreed that we will weigh the pig litter, and it was we were amused or impressed by more than 250 kilograms. Organized one more cleaning activity. It was already as part of the city cleaning. It was the initiative of Team Up to clean up, which was also big fun. In spite the day was super rainy and we were soaking wet, but we didn't just tidy up. We also planted flowers, and we have a couple of women with really green hands who planted some flowers which are trying to now step out even in this season. So they are taking care of it. They planted them near the well, and hopefully close to Dublin Road, and hopefully in the spring we can bring already some pictures of that flower bed. We also had some more cultural voluntary events, and they were about promoting Ukrainian culture, but first of all in order to raise the awareness of who we are, because we are a big group of people who just arrived, who probably are new by our language and culture to Irish Republic. And as for me, I wanted to show our best, to bring our best, and again to make our people to do something interesting for them first of all, and by that to create like a bridge of communication with Irish society. We initiated creating the art festival, which took place in July and August, and it was as part of a Kilkenny festival. And we also wanted to be in trend because Kilkenny is so great for the cultural life, and we always could see that something is happening, so we were thinking, why can't it be? When I say we, I mean a lot of Ukrainians who are initiative, who are talented, and there were 11 days of exhibitions and singing, some other performances. Teenagers were dancing in McDonough Junction, and it raised a large interest for local authorities, and we were supported also by some organizations here, and it was, I hope, interesting for Irish people too, because we had a lot of visitors who could come, talk. We had a big exhibition of our embroidered dress, and it was probably very new for Irish people. We were trying to play our music, to show some craft works of Ukrainians who arrived here, and they are artistic and they could do something. So that was kind of the first introduction of who we are. I would say Ireland is a great place of opportunities for us, and this is what we needed: safety and opportunity for our people, for our community. Volunteering became, the word of volunteering became to be a word which means enjoying the process, helping somebody, integrating, finding a lot of friends, because we really widen the circle of communication, and just knowing that you're doing something which matters.